ladies and gentlemen, the European followers of our channel are a dedicated bunch, and we've been getting requests in recent weeks for a whole bunch of players from Sweden who were either discovered before, during, or after the 1976 Canada Cup. Now, in this case, with this skater, he eventually found his way to the Winnipeg Jets in their Avco Cup run of the mid-1970s, was won one Avco Cup final, won in 78. But when Dan Labraaten took the ice, he was an all-around great player, biggest skater, a little over 6 feet, 200-pound range, great talent, great puck movement. Now, we're going to talk about his very diverse career because it happened to be very short in the WHA and NHL, but very, very strong internationally. Now, he first came to prominence with his hometown team of Leksands IF. Now, followers of Leksands IF know this is a very popular squad. Now, he was with the team for a number of years and had won a league title with them. Now, his hometown squad at the time, he had scored 24 goals in the 1975 season. 76, he had 13 goals in 16 games. Now, 6'1", he drew a lot of interest. Now, we look at his league and international play. Now, he was at the European Junior Championships under 18 in 68. We had 5 goals in 5 games. Now, he played for Sweden at the Worlds in 74, 75, and 76. Put up some decent numbers. His best campaign at the Worlds before the Canada Cup was 9 goals in the 75 finals. Now, by 1976, again, Canada Cup, Sweden had 5 strong games. He had only 1 assist, but he drew a lot of interest. Now, his first season with Winnipeg, he was double shifted, mostly third and fourth line, sometimes play on the power play. His first campaign with Winnipeg was very, very strong. 24 goals, 27 assists for 51 points in 64 games. Now, despite a loss to Quebec in the Avco Cup final, he was at a plus point a game pace in the postseason, 24 points in 20 games. 78, the Avco Cup winning year for Winnipeg. He had 34 points in the regular season, 47 points, with a goal and 1 assist in 4 games in the playoffs. Now, his lifelong dream came true the next year when he signed on with Detroit with 38 points in 78 games. But 1980 was a big breakout year for him. 30 goals in 76 games on a very lackadaisical Detroit offense. 81 was kind of weird, though. He found himself out of Detroit. He only scored 3 goals in 44 games. And he played 27 with Calgary in a changeover of squads, 12 games that year. Now, ironically, that year, in a very, very highly publicized situation, he fought Stan Johnson of the Bruins, which I think at the time was one of the few times, besides Boris Salming and a few other key Swedish players, that a Swedish expat had ever fought. Now, he played with Calgary in their playoffs that year with one goal in 5 games. Last NHL season was with Calgary in 82, where he had 10 goals in a regular season and 3 games without a point in the playoffs. Now, from them, he went back to Sweden for Leksand IF. Best campaign back in Sweden was 1984, where he had 23 goals in 36 games for 44 points. Now, he also had prominent results at the Worlds for Sweden in 85 and 86. 85, he had 4 points in 10 games, including 2 goals, and 3 assists in 8 games in the 86 tournament. So on the international level, he played over 2 decades for Sweden. Now, in grand total, he played for Leksand IF from 1970 to 1976. And from 1983 to 1988. So a strong 2-decade career in hockey where he was putting up nothing but strong numbers on and off the ice. Now, final WHA totals: 42 goals in 111 games with 85 points, 26 points in 24 playoff contests. NHL, 144 points in 268 games. So they gave him 379 games in the Major League's regular season, 32 in the playoffs, with 9 goals, 18 assists for 27 points. But again, wasn't sometimes scared to take that rough penalty. Now, What was kind of ironic here, ladies and gentlemen, 1980, Detroit, again, not the strongest Detroit team of the 1980s by far. He was plus 5 that season on his 30 goals. And you look at Dan's numbers that year, it was kind of ironic. Dale McCourt was on that team, Dan Amansky, Mike Foligno, Reed Larson, Peter Mahovlich, and Errol Thompson. So it was a good balanced attack. And of course, John Ogrodnik was there. It was in Willie Huber put up some strong numbers, but they were working with only 2 lines. But it was kind of ironic with that year where Rogie Vachon was the big goalie in net, and Rogie kept him in for most of the games. Of course, Jimmy Rutherford was there. Now, a team that only won 26 games, they were capable of scoring big goals when needed. When you have 5 players with 30 goals or more, when they're on, they're very on. Then, Labraaten, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was playing on a line with Errol Thompson and Foligno. I could be wrong here. I can be challenged on that. But a good amount of talent, but really hurt them was their defense. Now, the Detroit team that year had a lot of Europeans. You had Tommy Bergman from Munkfors. Everybody knows Tommy, one of the first big players from Sweden to play with Detroit, and of course Vaclav from Czechoslovakia, and Dan from Lexa. So I mean, and of course Willie Huber, a German expatriate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind everybody, if you have a request, don't forget, I usually get to it, but the main thing is, tell me exactly why you'd like to see him recognized, and I can spin some of the podcast information towards the topic you're talking about. If you're from Sweden, if you're from Norway, Denmark, Germany, I really appreciate this, because English is the second language. I try to make it as coherent of Canadian English as possible so you can understand. But again, that year, Dan Labraaten led the team in plus-minus. So it shows you the dedication he had. You know, could play defense when need be. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of the great Swedish superstar. Well, I might as well call him a superstar. He played 2 decades. Dan Labraaten. If you like what we're doing here with our Team Sweden podcast, and there's quite a few on our channel, let us know with a like, comment, or subscribe. Thanks for listening. Bye.